Yeah, and that's where you wanted me to start. I just want to be faithful to your promise yesterday that I would focus on you first because you got cut short.
Yeah, so with or without her, I mean, hopefully they'll jump on. But I mean, I just want your feedback. I mean, she can listen to the recording if need be.
Yeah. Okay. So she's given 3 here. So here we go.
Yeah.
Alexander? Hi, Alexander. This is Gabrielle from Canty Group Real Estate. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell.
Not interested.
So I'd like...
Not interested. Remove my profile.
Okay. Nothing you can do about that. Next. Right?
Yeah.
No, it was just, here's an example of where we don't need to fight that. That just is what it is, and it isn't, right? So that's fine. And I like what she does. I mean, I think in the beginning, just a couple of subtleties. It's about being athletically ready, and tone matters. And, sometimes just knowing her already, she can let down her energy a wee bit. So, but then she picks it up in this call. She does fine, but it's hard for telemarketers. You're making all these calls and, to be energetic sounding or authoritative more so. I mean, her thing is in that beginning, it's a very subtle thing, Paul, these days, right? Paul. So it's almost inflection down that gives it authority, right? We've heard a lot of the telemarketers inflect way too high and it sounds like a Disney character, or they're sort of flat. It's Paul, and then right into it. When there's like even a heartbeat, we don't have to wait for this pregnant pause to happen where something happens. So I think this is relatively good because she just plows through, and he says he mumbles not interested one, and she keeps going, and I think this is fine. It's the best you could do with a call like that, and it's effective. Off the list he comes. On to the next, right? Because he's clearly not going to.
99% of this shit's going to be garbage anyway. Like, just
you got it exactly right. Here we go. Next one.
Eric?
Hello.
Hi, this is Eric.
It all depends on who's calling.
Yeah, see, there's an example of it. Yeah, there's an example. Gabrielle, I call this being athletically ready. You're not ready for this call, right? And I know why. Because calling into blank space where there's no answer for a long time brings us into a state of being where like our energy starts to dip. It's just easy. Anybody who's ever made Paul's empathetic to it too, because he's made plenty of these, mind-numbing hours worth where nothing happens and then something happens. But you still have to be athletically ready. So, it'll take some training to be athletically ready, especially when the down energy times for you, the time of day, how you feel. There are always going to be those moments where the energy is low. So it's almost like we have to have something that just gets us, to change that state. Tony Robbins spends a career talking about changing of state and being able to be, I call it being athletically ready. You're just ready to go. And the tip here with the script is, Paul, and move. All this like nothingness and this fumbling, and it almost sounded like your headset wasn't on right. Now listen to it. 17 seconds and we'll listen to it, because it's hard to recover from this. Now you're in a weird spot with them. All depends on who's calling. These guys are goofy, right? But it's because we allow them to be goofy. If we are professional, and that's what the script allows you to be, if we are professional, we control their behavior. In this case, where you sort of left it nebulous, he gets to behave the way he wants to, right? So watch this again in 17 seconds. If this had been, I think his name was Paul, whatever, let's just say it's Paul, this is boom. And just read your script, period, right? Control this. Watch how you lose control.
Eric?
Hello.
Hi, this is Eric.
It all depends on who's calling.
Okay, that's 14 seconds it takes, right? 14. That's an enormity of time. And so, Eric, you sound timid. And I know you, Gabrielle, you're not timid, right? At all. So that persona that you allowed to take over hurts this call. Let's see where it goes, because I know you and I know how good you are, so you can recover. But you just don't need this. You don't need to recover if you say, Paul, stronger. and go right into it. Don't let him, because is this Paul? Is it Paul? That's confusing, right? That's confusing because remember, we are interfering with somebody's life. We're interfering. We're calling them at a time where they may be there and they're getting telemarketed and sold all the time, especially expireds, or having multiple calls coming in with stupid things being said to them. And you need every second to be efficient and strong. So let's listen to the rest of it.
This is Gabrielle with Canty Group Real Estate. I was calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that'll help you sell it next time you put it on the market. May I do that?
I don't think I need any help selling it. The issue, I already know why it didn't sell, but probably no point in getting into that. So, but yeah, I appreciate the call.
Collide into him. Oh, what did happen? I'm curious. Just real quick, what did happen? Right? See, we've lost control over this. That's I'm not saying that he would have reacted any differently, but we've lost control by this point in time. So what's going to happen now is it, I'm just curious what happened. Now, if he really blows you off, then it's a hard go away, right? But we don't need to let him sit here and go, well, I don't really need to get into that now. Oh, what happened? Just curiously, what happened, right? So, and it could very well be that he's telling the truth, because what is one of the biggest problems most sellers in Seattle have? They couldn't find something to buy that was satisfactory, right? So a lot of the problems in a hot market are in the satisfaction of where they would go. And they're not going to give up what they have if it's not clear where they're going to go. So oftentimes we have to say, well, look, we think we could help you with some off-market properties. Not everything is on the market. It's in a frenzy. There's a lot of off-market stuff. Not dissimilar from your situation, right? You're an expired, there's expireds, canceled, withdrawals, probates, a lot of off-market property that we might be able to help with. That's an experiential answer in a hot market, right? Let's listen to the final.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, see, now you have to bail out because you've left yourself nowhere else to go. But don't be afraid, like on a training situation, and your ability to learn experientially, collide into this. You know you're losing him. He's going away. Don't be afraid to bite back. Well, what did happen, right? Gee, just for my own edification, I'll take you off the list, but what did happen? And even the first guy, I'll take you off, but did you change your plans? Right? Period. You can try to get, like, once you know it's going south, I would tell all of you in this call, lean in when the dog bites, right? Because that's a good training opportunity for us to listen to as you continue. See, a lot of you fight in the wrong situations where somebody's very pleasant and they're articulate about why they're not a good prospectable lead for you, right? They're articulate and you're fighting for that one. Don't do those. But when you know it's going south, practice some of your objection handling. That's a great time to do it. You got nothing to lose, right? Okay, let's go to the third one.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling
Hello?
for Lydia.
Speaking.
Hi, Lydia. This is Gabrielle with Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling you because I noticed that you tried to sell your beautiful home a while back and it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that'll help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Good pitch.
Please contact my agent, okay? I really don't want contact agent. You are the almost 20 agents call me within 2 days. I really had it because every agency call me say one be my agent. I really don't like. So please contact my original agent.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, again, there's a dead end, but you could say, I'm sorry. I know you had a lot of calls. I was only calling to give you some information. I wasn't calling to be your agent. You see the default? That's how you can calm that down and be different from 20 other people. Gabrielle, you listening to me here? You can unmute your mic. You're in the hot seat, sister. Gabrielle, you have to unmute me.
Sorry.
Nope, she was there and then disappeared. So I don't know whether she was having trouble unmuting or not. But
I love the advice about leaning in when it's a dead end anyway. You know you're not going to get the damn sale. You might as well just practice.
mm-hmm.
Go hard. just go hard and see what you can. You're not going to salvage anything per se, but
That's right.
you're going to get some good practice in.
Yep, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For
That's
sure.
right. I'm trying to see if I can unmute her because I just wanted to have some self-assessment. Gabrielle, try to unmute yourself, please.
I don't even see her video anymore.
Yeah, she's down the bottom. She went out and came in. So
Okay, it's a little G thing.
there you go, Gabrielle. Gabrielle, you're unmuted. I got you. Go ahead and talk. Yeah, she's got some technical issue or something. Okay, let's move on. Paul, pretty straightforward though. And it's effective, right? Because she's cleansing the list, right? But all three, same example. Lean in, right? Lean in, and don't bail out. Like, remember, I mean, my technical critique is her voice is too high pitched and too tentative, and that's not her. Yeah, lower the tone and be authoritative. She's very good with the pitch. As we know, she's a very good telemarketer experientially. She's used to giving a good pitch. She gets it out beautifully articulated. It's perfect, right? But the tone has to sound more authoritative, and that beginning is a mess. Whatever's going on.
I think the tone simply needs to sound like she sounds in real life. She's changing that tonality.
Exactly. She's
at the intro for some reason.
Exactly.
It's coming off timid when that's not her.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly. Because we know her. There's no timidity in her at all. She's very matter of fact, straightforward, all business, and you don't hear that. Paul? Well, and then it stumbles, and it's
I think you nailed it. I think it comes from just this repetitiveness of being on the goddamn phone for 25, 30 calls and finally getting one, and you're like,
that's right,
a little shook.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely. There's no doubt. And there has to be some like little gimmicky thing each of you do to be ready. Kathy Dillon, my telemarketer, how do you overcome that? When you're tactically doing these calls, any suggestions on what you do to, after brain numbing nothing and then to be ready? Anything you do?
No, I think that everything you guys are saying is spot on. I just had a really great call and stumbled at the end.
Yeah.
So it happens all the time. And I think the recovery is the important part.
Yeah.
And what I do at the beginning, and Danny, I've learned this from you, when you don't hear the person's voice or you think you hear the person's voice, just jump right in at the beginning.
Right.
Because if you start with a position of strength, it helps the whole call.
Yeah, definitely.
So I always say, hi, is that John?
Right.
And that's all I do. Hi, is that John? And they'll tell you if they're not John. And it really does stem from the very start of the call. And you're going to stumble.
Yeah.
But it's all about the recovery.
Yeah. Good.
For me, and I'm not going to sit here and profess that I'm making a ton of calls, but Danny knows I'm getting back into it a bit. And it's never changed. It's simply their name with that question mark tonality. Danny, because there's only one response you're going to get, which is is this? Yeah, who is this? Yeah, this is Danny. Who is this? Yeah, I mean, it's always the same question, and that's your intro.
Yeah. Right.
It's who am I?
Yeah.
This is Paul with Cantu Group Real Estate. The reason I'm calling is I saw your lovely home online. Saw that it didn't sell. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm not going to go to the pitch.
No. But that was good. But that was good because it just shows that you and I are so used to understanding, like, how don't monkey around. This is business, and we're interfering with somebody's life. And a lot of people take themselves very seriously, and they this fun crackle. Look, I would say this to all of you too. I've heard too many conversations with my team leaders about unstable internet or, bad head. Come on, gang. You're professional telemarketers. I mean, this is how you make your living. I mean, if you have an unstable, network, why in this modern age, right?
Sort of that.
Yeah.
Sort of that.
Yeah. Like what? I don't get that. In a day and age like this, I mean, here I am, trying to run this thing, and there's always a problem, but I'm never not there, right? I don't even get that. Mind blown. I'm running multiple cameras on this thing, and I mean, I'm on a Xfinity wireless. I don't have a problem, right? So I don't get that. So I don't want to keep hearing that. All right. Let's end all that technical stuff. You should have a really good headset and a really good internet connection and a very powerful laptop, right? Period. You're a telemarketer. You're professional. Those are the bare requirements to be technically oriented. Now, as a group, as an intimate group of people, we have software issues. Today Zoom runs out, on me. But, I didn't panic. I just sit there and I fix it. And I'm back in action. No excuses, right? Make sure you got your stuff together here. All right. Who last? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to bounce. I'm going to take the rest of my car on the phone because I got doctor's appointment at 11.
Yeah.
I will be watching. I'll just be on Facebook, okay?
Yep.
Thank you for putting us first.
Yeah, no, good job. That was productive. I don't know what's going on with, Gabrielle's internet, but, maybe it was just because I muted. All right. Last week, Ziarelli, I don't think you got a call in. Bruce, I'm not so sure you got a call in. So I want to go backwards. Alan, I don't think we got one from you last week. So I'm just seeing who sent me some stuff. And I don't see Duran's team here. Maxie or Russell. So
I'm here.
Oh, there you are, darling. You didn't. I missed you last week. So
Yes.
would you just resend me one too? I want to take care of you and Ziarelli for sure, and Alan for sure. I see people that I didn't get to last week. Okay, so I'm gonna work from the bottom up. And Brandy, of course, I see yours. Doug, I see yours. Des, I see you sent me stuff. Sativa, Jada, Bruce. I do see some stuff, but I just want to be equitable here, and I will go overtime today because I started late. So no problem. I'll try to zip through this. Okay. So, Maxie, I'm going to take Ziarelli, but if you could send me something. Yeah.
I just sent it.
Okay. To the Realty.
And it's marked.
Yeah. To the Realty Classroom one, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you if it doesn't come through. All right. Ziarelli, here we go. You there? Okay. I don't hear her, but I'm going to go anyway.
Hello.
Hi. Girish?
You're speaking.
Perfect. This is Yareli from Alliance Working Group. I'm calling you because I saw that I noticed that you tried to sell your beautiful home a while back and didn't sell. So I would like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Sure, go ahead.
Great. May I confirm that your best mailing address is 27 Barney Common, Livermore?
Yes, that's
Livermore?
Right. Yes.
Perfect. I will call you next week to make sure that you receive the information.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Perfect. By the way, while I have you here, it looks like a beautiful property. Why are you trying to sell it?
So we are moving out of the city, so that's the only reason. Otherwise, there is no issue with the property.
Oh, perfect. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to sell it?
So we are looking for immediate sales. So and not, I would say, if we get a good offer, then we will immediately sell it.
Right. So I will make sure that you receive the information and talk to you soon with Jake, my agent.
Sure.
Perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay. Not bad. I mean, pretty good.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, pretty good. She gets a Ziarelli. Are you here? Because I don't see you on the screen. Okay, weird because she sent it to me, but she's not here. I don't know. Maybe it's a technical snafu. Just let me analyze this so she can go back and listen to the recording. Ziarelli obviously speaks English as a second language, and she's doing a good job when she sticks to the script. She has trouble in the beginning because she's not reading it. Again, one of the most, and I want to just recognize that I understand your plight. To make a lot of calls here and nobody, then all of a sudden somebody's there is almost a shock to the system. So the discipline or the experience to get used to that and have some little thing that you might do. Maybe immediately when you hear a voice, you touch the top of the script and you begin to read it, right? Or you grab, an item that's on your desk, right? And you hang on and it changes the state of just dialing, boom, touch. Things like that can set you. right? So every time you do something, I know it sounds a little bit weird and OCD-ish, but that's what a rhythm is, and that's what a system is. You have to have a certain repeated performance. And so if you can do something tactile to set yourself, and maybe it's an authoritative, it's a gavel, because that's authoritative, and you remember, boom, be the authoritative. Danny, this is Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is because I saw your beautiful house online and I noticed it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that? It's very, business-like, without being over the top, without sounding too recorded. Just get it out. And especially if any of you have accents, or you speak with, English as a second language, which we have plenty of people, and everybody's successful, right? You're going to listen to some of Maxie's calls, Russell's calls. I mean, Russell's been in the States longer than Maxie at times, but English is not your first language, so you don't think in it. And even when you do, you get lazy. So it doesn't matter. You follow me? That's what a script is meant to do. It's meant to set you so that you can deliver value in as short a period of time and as articulately as possible, because you're interfering with somebody's life and you're competing. You heard the other gal on the other end of the line. I'm tired of this. You're like number 20. Just call my agent. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I was simply trying to send you some information. I wasn't asking to be your agent. That's it. If you feel authoritative and you feel certain about what we're doing here, then you can gain that control. There's no panic. There's no stumbling. There's no fumbling. You're all professional telemarketers. That's why you were hired, right? So we trust you to trust yourself, okay? So Ziarelli needs to trust herself to read it. Be ready. Same thing it was with Gabrielle. Professional telemarketers, just be ready, ladies. That's all. And have something that changes your state. Okay? That's all. That's all I have for that call, and that's the only one. Maxie, on to the next. You there, darling?
I'm here.
Okay. So tell me about this, because it looks like it
1,
stretched
2, 3 calls.
too long when I gave the offer. Overkill, I'd say. Okay, good. So you have a tendency to overkill the offer. And I know in the past you got trained with Duran's offers were long, but very articulate. And I think sometimes you have that insecurity to go back, and you're like my brother. My brother will sell the same, not anymore, but he used to sell the same house like 3 times. My father and I would give him a hard time and say, will you shut up? Right? Because it's done. To recognize when it's done, right? So let's go through this and see where you think you are overkilling it. Let's try number 1. How long is it? Because I'm not going to stretch the whole thing out super long.
Over 10 minutes.
Okay, so which part would you like me to listen to? Let's analyze.
We could listen to the first 2 calls, first
Okay.
2 recordings.
Okay, let's see if it will open. Here we go.
Hi, Nesbitt. This is Maxie with Wise Barth and Associates. I connected with you this morning.
Thanks for calling.
Sure. Is this a good time now?
Yes. Yeah, I'm home now.
Lovely. So you registered?
Maxie, that's going to be a hard thing for you to get rid of. One of my agents, who was a very good, sales guy, he just got used to that word whisker. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it would come out of his mouth every time. I'm like, well, now you just gave them the option to say, yeah, it sucks, right? It's hard enough to get people on the phone. Just unless they hang up on you or tell you to go away, you don't need to say that, right? You don't need to say that. So it's going to be hard for you to get rid of it, because it's one of those word whiskers. I've known you a long time. It's one of those word whiskers that's programmed in your head to buy you time, but it gives them a way out, right? And you lose some authority. If we ever saw, if we had a meter that measures authoritative sound and language, which is what we want here. Why? Because we are professionals. And I mean authoritative in a positive, supporting, empowering way for these people. But if you listen to the tone of authority go down, when we throw in a word whisker, you lose authority, right? You're not immature, but the language is. You follow me? So immature is a measure beneath professional. Follow me? I mean immature as a professional, right? There's the immature stage of we're learning this experience and we're like a kid, and then we become professional. Well, my dear, you have been up at professional a long time. So why bail out with those types of things? There's no need for you, right? So just be cognizant when you do it. I want to get in your head about word whiskers, okay? Because my gut also is that's probably what tends to open up the opportunity for stretched out calls that don't need it, right? You're causing some of that, okay?
At our website last night. I just wanted to make sure you're receiving the right properties. You put in here Seattle as your area of choice for minimum of one bed. Is that correct?
Yeah, one bedroom, what we are looking for actually. One bedroom, one bathroom.
Okay. Is this for a condo?
Yeah.
Okay, condo. And ideally, what is your maximum price point?
Well, we look for building, how they call that, spire.
Okay, a
Is
bill.
it spire? They call
Go
junior condominium, just built this thing.
Okay. So what would be your maximum price point in mind?
Well, I think we maximum what we go will be 800 or below.
Okay, so under 800,000.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll put it up at 820, just for you to be able to compare as well.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put it up under 820,000. And so let me go ahead and get that set up so the listings would be coming to you.
Okay, great.
I'll also include pictures of homes that recently sold in this price point so you know what people are buying
Good.
at this price range.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Sure.
Yeah.
See,
I'll follow up with you next week to make sure you're receiving these alerts. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Sure. And Nesbit, while I have you, why were you thinking about buying a home?
Well, I'm in downtown right now.
Mhm.
I'm building manager, building engineer in a high-rise complex. I was doing that for the Concord condominiums. I don't know if you're familiar with that building in downtown Seattle. I did that for almost 19 years, and 3.5 years. I moved here to Cristala condominiums, called it's the second and Lenora.
Okay.
So I like high-rise buildings, and our home is just the building next to that, which is Tower 12. We're leasing for now until we find.
so Maxie, a lot of this is good.
We
He's
own the
really
property
opening
on
up. So the
Lesser Island.
time's on him here.
Okay.
So far in this call, you've been fine.
1,500,
He's just talking about what he wants. So this is
47
okay.
Square feet, like a 2-level condominium,
Okay. And
like townhouse.
may I
And we're
ask?
thinking to,
Oh, go ahead. You were thinking of?
and we're thinking of sell that, then buy some, smaller 1-bedroom, condominium in downtown in one of these high-rise buildings. That's what I'm planning. So we can, that's what we plan to do.
So is that one of the reasons why you're looking at buying a condo in
that's correct.
in the downtown Seattle to downsize?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. May I ask for your address at Mercer Island? Because if you are considering selling Nesbit, we can also help you with that.
Good. Real
what is
good.
the address again?
It's a 3080 Avenue Southeast.
Mercer. So
Mercer Island, 98040.
is it 3030 80th Avenue?
Southeast.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the like house number, unit number?
303.
303.
Yeah, I'm leasing that now to people.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, looks like a lovely property here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are
Beautiful.
you into buying?
Yeah.
Well, we are very motivated.
Okay.
So very motivated. We kind of just good looking for maybe good moment to sell this property just so we can redirect those money and find something here that we're looking for.
Sure, we can help with that. Now, do you have a realtor to help you when the time comes?
We don't have anyone. We're just looking online.
All right, that's really good. I know it's 5 minutes, but I mean, jeepers. I had to text Duran while I was listening to it, say you're getting very good. And this is brilliant stuff. This is high level. I want everybody to really make sure you hear me give this compliment. This is high level professional quality stuff here. And you listen to her pace and her tone. It's authoritative, but it's positive. She does cut in when she needs to, but then when he tripped over her, she allowed him, to come back and say what he had to say. And she's just walking him down the primrose path to give all the information. She picks up that there's a cell first. She pauses and goes over to that side of it. We can help with that. And she, secures the address to find out what that is. Even makes a compliment about that property. Brilliance, super. Like this is, Maxie, I would like you to forward this to Duran just so he has an example of why I texted him. That is brilliant, right? Really high level stuff. Patient. That's not a long call. Let's just see where you go in the second part where you feel like you're over the top. Maybe let's see, but I'll take that 5 minutes for everybody. And I hold it up on a pedestal. That's just brilliant, professional, patient work. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, let's see this next piece of it because it cuts there at the 5. See what happens next.
Sometimes you guys have better ideas what's coming on market. So
Yes.
Yes.
Bingo.
be
Beautiful.
kind of in a loop of that. So
Sure. That we can help you with, Nesbit. We could, I'd be happy to connect you with my partner.
By the way, that was subtle and there was a quick transition. So when I come back to Gabrielle's stuff, Gabrielle, experientially, you see, here's somebody who's been doing this training for a lot longer, right? And what she does is she's patient. And he actually says what I suggested you could suggest. He says it for her. You guys, meaning realtors, sometimes know about stuff before it's online. And that is true. Here we are. We're calling, well, this is a buyer, but we're calling expireds. We're calling probates. These are pre or off market stuff, right? So that's where we're at. That's the whole point. So that's the deal here is that he suggests what we should be saying to them all. Look, give us a shot because it's not always, you think you're going to go online. You think you're just going to go online and buy $1 million house. That's what you think, right? Okay. Well, it's not that easy. You might do that and you might get smoked or you might be missing other opportunities. You're not with insiders. You do that because you think you're smarter than the industry that you're not in. That's why you do that. Some cases, maybe there's a victory in that. Most, there are not. There is value to a good middle maker, market maker in the middle. So we know stuff you don't know. We know how to negotiate based on math that you don't know if we're good, right? We know off-market stuff and how to get to it because we pay for the MLS and we do all these marketing things and we understand this. So he's right. He's right. And so he gets to say that aloud. So he's expressing the value. I want to make sure when people don't express it, we express it to them.
To give you insights on where these hot listings are based exactly on what you're looking for, based on location, price point, certain styles and all. Now, would it be helpful for you? Can you hear me?
yes, I do.
Let me go ahead and share this with you. There's a very helpful platform to keep you updated with hot listings that exactly fit your criteria. That website is called Northwest MLS, NWMLS website. It's basically a real estate agent's website, right? So it's where all the different real estate companies in Seattle get their hot listings from. And what we do for the people that visit our website is that we set you up with your own private portal there to ensure that you are getting listings that are active, that are relevant and that exactly fit what you're looking for. There's no commitment to that. There is no cost, no obligation whatsoever. Would that be helpful for you?
Okay. I think so.
Right? It's
Yeah. That
for
sounds good.
well, for those who are actively looking, it's a very, very helpful tool so that you don't need to log into Zillow, to our site, to Redfin, just to be receiving hundreds of emails of homes, right? That may or may not even fit your criteria. Uh, it will.
Yeah, that's sometimes, as you say, you should sign it up sometimes, and you suddenly start to receive tons of emails that you're not interested. Then
Exactly.
you sign off. Kind of. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know why they do that, but
Perfect.
that helps much.
Here's a client,
For
a
those
prospect
who are
validating
really actively
the internet
looking,
problem.
for you, you said you're very highly motivated. We suggest that you get set up with your listings from the source, so you're not missing out on deals and opportunities available for you. And again, there's no commitment to getting you set up.
Yeah, that would be Northwest MLS.
Yes, Northwest MLS. It's a realtor's website.
Yeah.
When would be a good time for me to connect you with my partner if you have an availability for a virtual phone meeting this week, say in the morning or early evenings? When I called you today, you're about to go to work. So if
Yeah, I work from 8 to 5 in the morning. So I see Thursday as a good day, around this time.
Okay, I'm going to stop this and just tell you, I just think this is some of your best work. You might be being hard on yourself. Maybe you do overkill it. I mean, I'm just going to assume that your own self-critique is right, that you're going to talk too much past this. This is a done deal. You booked the appointment right here. As far as I'm concerned, wrap this up, right? So if this goes too long into something else, just tell me in your own words, what does it go into?
what do you mean? Like, what does it?
Well,
is the meeting set?
Did you set the meeting?
Yeah, the meeting is set. And one question I have is that if you listen to him, is highly motivated, but when the OSA got connected with him, he rescheduled the meeting. When I asked for another time to rebook the meeting, he gave me another time. When the OSA called, he said, we need to reschedule. So that's also one of the questions here. He's highly motivated, but I couldn't pin him down for that virtual appointment.
Well, not yet. Not yet. So you're going to keep fighting for it. That means he told you this guy works from 8 to 5 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. His biorhythm's off and everything, So most of the time, this guy is probably sleeping during the day and has a small window. He's got a crazy schedule. Just stay patient, just like you did in the call, and keep going, right?
Yep.
Keep going. But the work itself, I don't see any problem other than remember when to stop. It's done. Once the appointment's there, the qualification is brilliant. The patient, this is why I think people are in a rush to say, well, this is too long. No, it's not. This is the way his pace is, and you're not allowing him to run crazy on you. It's back and forth, but it's at a pace and it's thorough, and there's a sell by. So there's a lot going on here, and he's a really good prospect, right? Now, it's cagey to get him into the virtual meeting because he's got a wild schedule. But don't you think anybody else would have that? He loves your offer. He doesn't want all this crap coming. I would just say my only, bonus coaching is to just say, look, this will eliminate all that noise. This will refine it down. Let's just get you with this agent. What's the best time? Right? Now, if the agent hasn't been able to get him, say, look, you've been rescheduled a couple times. Why? What's the best time to do this so that we don't have to reschedule? Right?
Yes. Okay.
And get one of your, you got to get one of your, you got to get one of your most flexible OSAs too, right? Somebody that can do it. Don't try to jam this guy into an OSA's calendar who's inflexible. Go to your most flexible person, right?
Yep.
Cool?
Yes.
Just great work though. Great work.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to move on to Bruce. Here we go.
Hello? Yeah, this is Todd Ahmad. Speaking up, my name is Bruce, and I'm calling from the Stillwell Group. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So we'd like to send you a packet of information that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that? Yeah, sure. Okay, great. So you're getting your mail at 11800 Old Georgetown Road. Should be addressed to unit 1113. Yeah, okay. Are there any other decision makers who live at a different address who would need this information? No, that's just this address. Okay, great. I'll give you a follow-up call next week just to make sure that you've received it. And while I have you on the line, it looks like a beautiful property. Why are you trying to sell it? We're just moving to a different area closer to work. Different area close to work. I hear you. I like short commutes myself. And on a scale.
No need for that. I like short commutes myself. See, we're just not there. That's a word whisker too. Very similar to, is this a good time? Those are all word whiskers. And it's, I think the difference between the last call and this call is pace. This is good. Bruce is effective here. Okay. He's effective, but pace. Bruce feels rushed to me. And he's sort of, it sounds quirky to say something like that. I like short commutes myself. That's weird to me. And it's filler that just doesn't enhance his ability to make the value proposition. So another word whisker. They're just examples of word whiskers.
10, how motivated are you to sell it at this time?
Good.
Probably like pretty high. So put out a 10. Oh,
good.
10. Well, if you're that motivated, I could have Lee Stillwell deliver this package to you in person. You can give him a tour of your house, and he can give you some insights as to getting the best deal for it.
Yeah, you got to know that beat right there a little bit better. Read that, right? It's a really good segue. You get the answer. You definitely have the opportunity for the insight meeting. Read the script right there, right? Because it starts off good. He could give you some of his insights as to what to do and what not to do. And he could help you get a customized version of his plan in place. It's no obligation. It's free. Happy to do that. Just come.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yeah, well, just you get the script up. How about that? I didn't know you were on because I can't see who's on. Get the script and read it to me. What's it say? Tell me when you have it, and we'll just read it. And that's what training is about. That's why we're doing this. The training part of it is the script. The coaching is you got a guy. This is what we work for. We work for a 10. And now we try to get the insight, freebie on top of the information. Hey, why'd you send you the information when I could send Lee? Because now you get his insight plus the information all for free. No obligation. You have the script?
Okay. I'd be happy to have Lee Stillwell deliver the package himself and stop in to give you some of his insights to help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Yeah. Okay, so just read that. That's all you would have had to do. So that because you sound, it's this, and again, we're all training here. So we get that there's an evolution to, you listen to Maxie, she's been doing it a long time, probably one of the longest in the group. And you hear this maturity that's come from it. I mean, maturity in the body of work. I'm not grading anybody on their level of maturity here. I'm just saying, not as humans, I'm saying as telemarketers in this context, the maturity comes from the discipline to stay calm and in those words, right? Just stay in those words. It's good enough. Let's see where it goes. And you're not way off, Bruce. It's just that I can hear the stumbling when you don't read, right?
It's not typical. I get to the material first. I'll take a look over.
Hold on. Oops, shit. It got stuck. Bruce, what's wrong with your headset today? Sounds rough. Yeah, it sounds like it's right on top of it and it's loud, loud and noisy. And the reason I bring it up because I made a comment today about making sure our equipment is always what it should be. Because if I hear that, I'm hoping that, your callers are not. Let's see.
Hello? Yeah, this is Todd Ahmad.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you send the materials first? I'll take a look over.
Good.
And then I can follow up on, potential next steps. Right?
Good.
Sounds great. Okay,
Good.
Mr. Mott, thank you for your time, and I will make sure the packet goes out to you. All right. Great.
Yeah, not that. Great. I'll call you next week to make sure you get it. Period. Just stick to the words, Bruce, right? I mean, for some reason, you still sound very nervous to me or overly excited, one or the other. And you're beyond that at this point in time, right? I'll call you next week to make sure you got it. And I think you should role play that out in as calm a voice with, anybody. Role play it out. Just calm down a little bit, right? Because you're good and this is effective. And he's doing exactly what an intelligent person should do. Instead of just letting you come over, hold on, just send me the information. Let me validate that you're real. And then when it's there, I'll give you a buzz. Oh, wonderful. I'll call you next week to make sure you got it. So instead of waiting, no, we're not going to wait for you to call us. I'll call you next week to make sure you got it because you're backing up to the original close. But because he was a 10, because you've already said it, I'll call you next week to make sure you got it. By the way, while I have you, looks like a beautiful house. Why are you trying to sell it? Boom. Really? Interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated? Well, I'm a 10. Great. Well, what I could do is I could have Lee Stillwell bring the package to you. And while he's there, he could add some of his insights to the situation to help you sell it the next time. May I do that? Simple. Well, why don't you just send it the next? Okay, great. Now I go back to the original close. I'll call you next week to make sure you get it. Period. It's a formula. So we don't have to do a lot of thinking. It makes it easy and it sets up a wonderful soft prospect, right? The soft prospect is a pre-appointment prospect. It's somebody like this guy who has a real why, a real motivation, and is willing to accept the information. He sounds intelligent. He's the avatar, Bruce, right? That's your guy. Cool?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just still a matter of calming down when you really find the type of lead that you want, which is somebody who's probably a pretty soon appointment. We get excited. I get it. But just calm down and stick to the words. There's nothing wrong with this. We're just training to be tighter. That's all. Right? When I say there's nothing wrong, it's effective. Right? But you can feel it almost gets awkward in the end. I'll make sure it goes out to you. He's like, yeah, okay, great. Right? See what I mean? That's different than saying, great, I'll call you next week to make sure you get it. It's different than, I'll make sure it goes out. Duh. You see what I'm saying? When you slow it down in real time, what you said sounds a little goofy. What you could have said is just a reiteration of what he's already said. Sure, send it. Right? Follow me? Yeah, words matter. They matter. And it's not like he'll remember, but it's the securitization, right? Or the wrapping around the call the next time. Your first, when they move into, it's like a waiting room for the Prospects Club. The package delivery moment in time is a waiting room before they can get into the Prospects Club, right? It's what it is. So package is going out. Wonderful. I'll move you into the waiting room. I'll call you next week, right? And now, to get into the club, there's one of two rooms. You're going to get the meeting with the club president, Lee, or we're going to continue to follow up with you and digitize the stuff that we originally gave you. And we'll meet you time to time until you're ready to meet with the club president. Follow me?
Yes.
Simple. If you can see that visual, then it all just makes logical, simple sense. That's all we're trying to do here. No more, no less. Sarah Corey, Jada, we here?
Hello, Danny. How are you?
Hello, darling. How we doing?
Good. I hope you saw that I just have a little bit of a lead up for the call that I sent you.
Let me see. I will take a peeky.
Yeah, call number 3. Just a quick little follow up. I can tell you, or you can read it.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I started speaking with this man, anyways, months ago. He was going through a divorce with his wife, and he's not sure if she's going to buy him out or if they're going to sell it. So I offered the free home evaluation. He was very grateful for it. Called him a month later. Yeah, he was grateful. He received it. Still wasn't sure what to do. I said, okay, no problem. I'll call you back in a couple months. We'll see where we're at. If I can offer you some more information, I'd be happy to. And then this is the third phone call me basically, I'd left myself a note, call John back, see if he wants another market evaluation, and see where to go from there. So
Okay,
this
good.
is my third
Perfect.
follow-up call.
Perfect. I love it. This is a really good one to be able to listen to. Let's listen.
Hello?
Hi there, am I speaking with John?
Yep.
Hi, John. This is Jada calling you from Metro City. The reason for my call is we had spoken back in the summer. I had sent you a nice little market evaluation on your property, and I just wanted to see if your plans have changed and if you require another market evaluation, or if I can help you in any real estate needs at this moment.
I mean, if you've got time to burn, I wouldn't say no. My situation is still very much up in the air,
Okay.
to be honest.
Not
So
Go ahead.
So I honestly couldn't tell you if or when we're going to end up having to sell the house, etc.
Yeah, no worries at all. I'm definitely here to provide that free information. So that's what I'll do is I'll whip that up by the end of this week for you, and I can send that. I think I mailed it to you last time. You did get it properly?
I think so, yeah. Email would be fine too. That sounds right. Email would be fine too if that's easier for you.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So what I have on email over here, John, is watch under. Correct?
Yep.
Perfect. So I'll get that out to you. If you have any questions regarding the market analysis, you let me know. And if it's okay with you, I'll touch base in the new year and in a couple of months kind of thing, see if I can help you again in the same aspect.
Okay. So you analyze it first, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Okay.
Well, I offer value. I offer to do
Yeah.
it all up for him again, just
Yeah.
to see where it's at. He's he's not begging for it. He's not looking for it. But if I have time, then cool. So I'm offering him something. I'm keeping him in my pipeline. I've had some deals like this, some conversations like this transpire, 8 months later kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I do really want to keep tabs on him. More than that, I didn't offer too much more. So that's kind of what I'm looking for you is when I go for my next phone call, what more do I offer if he's still in limbo?
That's a great question. Yeah, it's a great, I mean, it's going to be an easy answer for me. And for you, it's more of a follow-up strategy. It's not a you thing. It's a strategy thing. I mean, again, I'm a huge fan of your tone and your pace and your familiarity. Sometimes, like, I worry about you drift off into the sales mode and you want to be too familiar and use that, which is your strength. So duh, right? You're well met. Right. And you have a great voice and great tone and great pace. The problem is the strategy for all of us, but that's underlyingly why you're struggling, to try to figure out, like, what do I do with this guy? This guy, let's just start off with this. This guy is a very good prospect. Why? Tell me why. Why is he? So remember, the idea is he's coming into your club, Jada. So he has to cross through the threshold of being a lead, and he has to get into the prospect club. What are some of the basic qualifications we talk about in this group to qualify as a good, solid club member of the prospects club?
Motivation.
Okay. Well, sort of, but what's the big 3-letter word that we always talk about? It's in the expired script. It's the first thing after they say yes to the package.
Why?
Yes. And what's his why? Why is he selling?
Divorce and they're selling the home.
Yeah, it's a divorce. Why are you selling? It's a divorce. That's a huge why, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated is he? Do you know that answer in this prospect?
The last time we spoke about his motivation, he told me that, they were either gonna sell it or he was gonna buy her out.
Okay.
So that's where it's like,
Right.
But then again, in this conversation, he reiterated.
But hold on. Formulaically and strategically, to get that number helps him help you get specificity on how you're going to deal with him, right?
Okay.
So if you allow it to be just a lot of words, well, I don't know, that's the anecdote that's real. He's confused about the timing, right? Which a lot of people in that situation are, because there's no formal divorce decree in place at the moment. Lawyers are going back and forth. There's a lot of fighting, arguing over money. This is a real thing that's nebulous, right? But at least on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated is he? Now, remember, you've now become his company. What about her? Right? Does she need a home evaluation? Do her attorneys need a home evaluation? Would that help them? Right? So what you're doing is you're just trying to put a touch on him to keep him warm. You're not really strategically trying to help him. And it's subtle. I don't mean you're doing this intentionally. And I'm not saying you're being selfish intentionally. It's that you're not being taught the power of the strategy that would awaken you to say, let me get you a home evaluation. Would your wife and her attorneys, would they need one? You can venture into those troubled waters, right? It's okay, because now you become somebody that's trying to help resolve the timing of the thing. And be careful, because you could go doing all this work and all of a sudden he doesn't have the upper hand with the attorneys, she does, and they get the divorce decree because he's been playing around, kicking the can down the road, or he's in the house. There's so many complications to this. We have to understand fully. You got to get up higher in the movie theater and look down on what could be. You have to anticipate what's in the bushes in the dark, right?
Right.
You see what's center stage in the light, him. Okay. So that's one thing, is to be above these situations and anticipate. As a Canadian, pull the Gretzky. Where's the puck going to be? Right? It's going to be a battle between husband and wife and attorneys. And that's why he's being nebulous with you. So you're not really using this as an opportunity to get clarity. So you say, well, I'll send you this. And he's like, yeah, great. I mean, you don't have to do it. Don't go out of your way, because you're not really saying, look, what I can do is send you a fresh analysis. And we changed one of the expired. Are there any other decision makers who should receive the package? All you telemarketers should understand, we learned that, because there are other decision makers, a sibling. In this case, are there any other decision makers who would need a copy of this? You can be that subtle about it, right? In other words, wink, wink, your wife, her attorney, or you can explicitly just ask, would it be helpful if all parties involved in this had it? Your wife, your attorneys? Could I get it to anybody else? Right? Would that help the situation? Would a net sheet help the situation? Solve his problem for him, right? So you're right. You're giving something of value, but it doesn't necessarily help move the situation along, does it?
Right.
So solve the problem, right? Solve the problem if you can. That's what I do in all divorces. I go right at it. And look, we've been dealing with one party. I had one of my telemarketers naively just dealing, oh, he's great, he loves me, and right? We got out there, we got smoked. I had a chance in the end, but he had already used one of his own realtors. I went out and met with somebody. That attorney was like, well, no, we're going to use this person. They got lucky. They popped the thing for $1.5 million, but I lost the deal because we weren't really as thoroughly in as we needed. We were late, quite frankly. But she had been following up for a long time and did the same thing you did. Never found out who else needed this stuff, right? Never knew who else. And they were having a hard time getting him to sell it. Well, I could have obtained that in a second, but it had come to a court decree where the attorney said, you will sell it and you will use her realtor this time. It came from a judge. I had no chance, but I was late. I could have, but I was late. 6 months. Right? So that could happen here if you don't solve. Follow?
I do.
Now,
Yes, I do.
now, systematically, always be connected to why and the number on how motivated, because it's clarifying for him how motivated he is, how motivated are they, what's going on, right? It's a clarifying question. Anecdotally, everybody can start to babble, and he does it. Well, I don't know whether it's now, I don't know whether it's late, blah, 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 right? So he's dying to be led by you, silently begging to be led, as they say, about prospects. So lead him. Say, look, if there are other decision makers, I can do it for them too. Let me do this. I can mail it off to them, and you can show proactivity. You want a net sheet? We'll bang one of those out for you too, if that helps. So you can see what the proceeds are post-sale potential. Would that help? Now, all of a sudden, everything's going out for Metro City as the people that are being the most helpful. Now, the other side might say, would you like me to call the other side? Because maybe he's like, I don't know, the other side, could you call them? Boom, he surrenders. Now you're in control of the whole situation. So this is a good anecdote to send me because it's more about getting up above and seeing where are all the decision makers here. Now, the last piece of this is strategically for long-term follow-up. What's not happening here is you're waiting, I presume, okay, I could be wrong, but you're waiting for the next call to do this analysis. And what is the analysis? I got to plug in. I'm listening. Go ahead. Give me the answer. What is the analysis? Tell me what it is. What are you going to send this guy right now that you've already sent him that's being refreshed? What is it?
So what I did yesterday is I actually sent him a brand new CMA we had done the last one in August. So I sent him the last couple properties that did sell in his district since August, and just, with a nice little email. This is what sold since we both looked at it together.
Good.
Have a look. If you have any questions, let me know, kind of thing. And we'll touch base in the new year.
Good. So it's just a list of solds, correct?
That of sold. That is correct.
Okay. So here's the problem. The time gap, nothing happens from information delivery. He should be on auto updates every time something sells, okay? Or pens, right? He should be on auto updates. Then that makes your follow-up a no-brainer, and there's a safety net between this call and the next one. Follow?
I do follow.
Yeah, because otherwise nothing happens for a month, 2 months. Nothing happens. That's not good. The idea is that information continues to flow in real time. That's very microeconomically important to him. What sold like his, and he has it in his email. So that when you call, hey, Danny, it's Jada calling. I'm just calling to make sure you're still getting those updates of things that sold around you. I see that one sold for a pretty good number. Did you see 123 Main Street? Now you're hyper micro relevant, right? And it's in his inbox. And it was done for you. So you're leveraged with technology and information. It's a no-brainer, right? And in that way, the accordion that's getting stretched out in this nebulous time frame as he goes through this, that's what's happening, right? It's okay to send out another formal printed package, but you wouldn't really need to do that if he had gotten a good first one with the seller plan in it, with a market update. Now, the other thing, in addition to the microeconomics around him, would be the macro market report. So he should also be added to a list where the market update for Ottawa or whatever region you guys are doing is going to him. Did you see the latest market update? It said this as a key point this month, right? Did you get that microeconomic, report of what sold around you? So you got 1, 2 pieces of content and you're getting credit for that. And that allows you to stay with content first. And that's your reason for bugging him, to make sure he's getting it and staying up to date. Third piece would be if Sarah Corey has it set up where seller tips could be going weekly, that would be great too. And you'd hit that. Okay. But the first two are very important. Here's the market. Here's what's selling around you. Did you see those? Here's what it means to you. Hey, by the way, how's it going with the situation? Do I need to send or set up anybody with this information? I can send a package like I sent you originally to them, and I can get them set up too, because there are other decision makers that should be on that same strategy. So I'm spending more time analyzing this with you because it's not you, it's the strategy that's weak, right?
Right.
Make sense?
It does, absolutely.
Yeah, good. So just and that's with everybody. We've got to get everybody in this group understanding that the content delivery supports the gap of time, right? Cool?
Yep, very cool. Thank you so much, Danny. That was very helpful.
Yeah, good. Bravo. Yeah, just let things go to work for you, Jada. You wouldn't even need to do it on this much muscle and then guessing, and that's old school. Call him and cut the time. When he says 6 months, call him in 3 months. That's all nonsense now in the digital age. That was great when we didn't have an easy way to deliver content digitally, but now we do, right?
Right.
Good. Alan, where are you, pal?
I'm here.
Good.
I don't think Kim's on the call. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get her.
It's all good. We're going to go for it anyway. It'll be in here. So you'll see that, an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, well, I started late. So about an hour and 5 minutes into the call, this will be analyzed.
Cool.
Hello?
Hi, is this George?
Yes.
Hi, George. My name is Kim, and I'm with Allen's Luxury Homes. And I'm calling because I saw your home online and noticed that it didn't sell. Wondering if I could send you some information that might help you sell it next time.
Well, I think it'll sell next time pretty quick.
Why do you think that?
Well, we put Austin Stone on the front of the house.
So you did some upgrades.
We did some upgrades. We added a walk-in closet and a new bathroom, so it should go pretty quick now.
Are you looking for a realtor to work with you?
Okay. It's off the rails, right? And you can see she's good, but it's off the rails simply because she's not trained to be disciplined. So this is an easy one. I'll listen to some more of it, but very quickly in the beginning, and I know why it's off the rails, because he says something she's never heard before, right? So
she did a good job of asking. I thought she did, but you're right. She gets off here.
Yeah. Well, the subtleties of the language. She does not say the word beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
Which is complimentary, right? And she drops that. That's the first drop. She drops a whole line. May I do that? It's a whole line gone. Permission marketing is, here's who I am. She does a nice job, just like everybody else, right? That's like, we got to be ready. You know what I mean? That somebody's going to answer. We can't be coughing into somebody's ear. And that's just the current theme early on in the call today. Try to be as athletically ready as possible. I get it. Everybody's human, but try to be ready, right? Beautiful, beautiful tone, beautiful pace, but lack of discipline. And that's why we do the training, right? You have to not drop the words. So it's better to read the script for all these professional telemarketers that join us and stay inside that lane. And she's very professional. We know that. She's a pro telemarketer, right? So she has to stay there. May I do that? Well, I don't think I'll need it. Well, look, and just defend the package. Well, I'm sure it sounds like it will, but this is an entire strategy to do so. It's not just about your upgrades, but it's an entire strategy. May I send the package to you? And stay with it like a dog on a bone because we're not past it. Right? And now she starts to get into just trying to muscle you in there. So because she's a real telemarketer, and this is the way telemarketers are trained, get the appointment, get the appointment, get the appointment. So let's see where it goes.
Make sure you get the best possible dollar.
I don't know that you can get the best possible dollar, but I do have a realtor that I am working with, but I'm not letting her list it till I finish everything.
Sure. Well, are you open to a second opinion?
Good recovery.
Open to all opinions.
I like you.
Good.
I'm not shy about opinions. You're welcome to voice whatever opinions you want.
Yep, I hear ya. Well, could I have someone in my office stop over, visit with you?
I won't be in town till Monday.
Okay. Is there a better, what's a good time for you?
Oh, I don't work.
Just anytime?
Yeah, there's no mortgage on the house, or there's no big rush on me at all.
Oh, I'm going to be in your situation one day.
Okay, don't need that word
That's
whisker.
what I'm working for.
Yeah. Nobody cares about us.
Just to confirm the address, it's 8929.
Yeah.
Why do we need to confirm it?
Okay. Well, Alan is with Allen's Luxury Homes, and I'll have him stop over on Monday, if that's fine with you.
Sure, that's fine.
All right.
And the problem is she didn't set.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
She didn't set a time.
Well, look at.
And so now,
look.
I can't he's not answering the phone when I've called.
Well, he will. He will. You'll get him. You'll find him. He's not going to be home. He said he was going to be away.
That's true. That's true. I missed that.
Yeah.
So,
he said he was going to be away.
Monday, he'll be available.
Yeah. So not bad, but you can see the difference on muscle. Like, why would we have to go through this? And if she tries to do it with somebody other than this guy who's nice, she's going to get smoked. And we're going to lose people this way. So she needs to hear this analysis that, man, you're making it up. Don't do that.
Okay.
Read the script, right?
Yeah, I put on here, read the script, keep your finger on the script.
Yeah. Read
Go
the
back to
script. Yeah, because it would be easy. Like, we don't know why he's selling it. We don't know how motivated he is. We haven't made a logical look. Instead of sending you this information, it's actually Alan's plan and some properties that sold around you when you were on. But I think if Alan comes and adds his insights to it, I think you'll have that good second opinion, right? Which you're open to. What's the best time? She just gets so far off. And by the way, she probably doesn't even have a seller qualifying questionnaire if she's this far off in the first couple of beats.
She's supposed to, because I sent it to her.
Yeah, good. Well, but again, this is why we do coaching. We train. Here's everything I want you to do. Then we listen to it go off the rails. We coach, get back in here, right? Good news is her natural instinct got you a semi appointment. It sounds like you're going to probably get in there. Good. It's effective. So we don't slaughter the lamb over it. We just say, look, this is good, but here's why it's not great, right? Here's why it could be better. It's all over the place. It's a yard sale, right? And it's not going to work with anyone. We got lucky here. Yeah.
She says it just sounds so robotic. And I said, it sounds robotic right now because you don't know it.
Yeah, well, listen to this compared to all the other calls we just listened to. It sounds lousy. So you're trying not to sound robotic. And look at Kim. When she hears this recording, we asked you very clearly, are you trainable and are you coachable? It's it's a must. So I don't care what you think it sounds like, right? Yeah. Read it. You said you were trainable. Read the thing. That's what trainable is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how trainable are you? Oh, I'm a trainable person. Read the damn thing and stop telling me that it's this. Because you don't even know what you would sound like reading it until we get to coaching. How coachable are you, right? So the three of us, you, me, and are all going to have a conversation next week, right? She's on our call next week. Cool?
Okay.
Yeah, period. We're going to, we're going to reset because she's good. But we asked for discipline. We expect it, right?
Yeah.
Effective though, so that's exciting. Huge potential because she's a pro. Huge.
I agree.
No doubt about it. Very, very talented. You can hear that in this, and you can hear history, but this is our way, right? And we know it works. So no matter what they bring us, this is our way. We make burgers and fries a very particular way here. Stick to it, right? All right. Yeah, you're great. We're back in the game. Good. I got Sativa and I think Doug Wiseman. I think will round us out today. Desi, we have Brandy too. So
he's not on today.
Who's in Brandy's now? Okay, so I'll stay with Sativa and I'll stay with Doug Wiseman. I'm going to do Doug Wiseman next.
Okay.
And then I'll finish with you and Sativa. But I have the wrong link. So Doug Wiseman's not going to get a review here. Yep. I have something else from him. I do not have a call. That's a telemarketing tracker, which is cool. It's good to see that. So my bad. I thought it was a call. All right. So we will go to Sativa. Listing for with a marine follow-up call. This is a horse ranch, 2 houses, lighted arena, barn areas. Okay, so we got a biggie on the line. Let's see what shakes. And Sativa, thank you for sending also your telemarketing tracker.
Hello, hi. Is this Marianne? Yes, it is. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that? Sure, you can. We chose not to sell it. We had offers, but we chose not to sell it. And I think at some point we will sell, but not right away, I don't think. Would you like me to follow up with you? And if you have somebody, this is how I'm going to approach it. We may sell it ourselves. I mean, pretty much ourselves, because regular real estate just doesn't get it. They just do not know how to market our place and what to do. We've gone through 2 different real estate firms that are very good, and neither one of them figured it out. They brought us clients and customers who just were not good candidates for this property.
And of course, they want to lowball us and give us low prices and then want all these contingency issues. And I just looked at my husband. I said, "This is crazy." I said, "They don't get what this is. The property is amazing, and for us to have to sit so." Then it dawned on me that we could figure out something else. Now, I will say this: there are people in the area who might really appreciate having this property. If you come across somebody, you have all the stuff on it. You can see what it is. You call us, and we'll set it up so that you can sell it. But we're not going to go through the regular real estate market again. We're not. Okay. It's frustrating, disappointing, and insulting, quite frankly. And I no more. But there are people who would love to have this property. We really should get $4 million for it. We're asking $4.25, and we have that much money into this property. So it's not like you're asking for more. Correct. To take this property right here and develop it, that's what it costs to do it. To put in the roads, the water, the electricity, and we had to do it all. And this.
Oops! Shoot, that was good. You're letting her go.
Somebody here who can manage it for you. They live on the property, and you can interview them. They know everything about it and how to fix it and everything else. If there's issues, Francia was okay, and we never heard again. But this is the kind of people that we drag on this property. I mean, it's crazy. They're not candidates. Right. And if they are candidates, they need to come pay for it and figure it out. They have the money to do it. I had another one. Yeah, no, it's true. And then I had another one who came on this property, and they wanted it so bad. They sent us an offer. The offer was absolutely insulting. It was $1 million under our asking price to the penny, with this whole host of contingencies, including leaving the washer and dryer, leaving the this, leaving the that. And I looked at this and I said, "Who is this?" So I looked up who they were. They live in Black Hawk. The home they live in themselves. It wasn't for sale, but it's
$3 million, and God forbid should they ask for the washer dryer.
$4 to $5 million range. Okay. So this was another opportunist who was coming out here figuring out stuff. So I didn't even answer that bit.
Okay, right there. One of the biggest problems why let's just grab this. Okay, I have enough of this call for now. You can tell me about the rest of it, but I have enough because we're way OT here today. But this is a good chunk to deal with, and I'll tell you why. You're going to run into a whole bunch of those people, okay, where they've put way too much money into a dream property, right? And they take it to market, and they're overly emotionally, involved, right? So they're overly emotionally involved. And so, but you're doing a great job of letting her, she wants a therapist, and you're doing a good job of listening and letting her go off. So you're doing a good job of that. Her perception of what went wrong with real estate agents is wrong, as it always is. The real estate agents got people to come. In fact, and if you think about the 7-point training plan, Sativa, right? And you look at the pinwheel, the agents got them all the way to a negotiation phase. That's stage 6 out of 7 stages, closing being the last, right? So it got all the way there where somebody was willing to take a bite at this, right? So they take a bite at it. They come in at 3 million. So the obvious thing is, what's wrong with starting there, right? Who cares about the contingencies? Did you negotiate? I was so insulted. You just said you're on for 4.2 and you want 4. Hey, thank you so much for the offer in writing. My sellers really appreciate it. Unfortunately, it's not enough for them to move on, and they have significantly more money into the property than $3 million, but they do appreciate it. And as a token of their appreciation, they'd like to knock $50,000 off the asking price and ask that you consider the math that we used to price it right, the infrastructure cost. And now you begin to make the case the way she's making the case. And all you have to know is if somebody can go and buy something like this lady's property for $3 million and let them go do it, and you can challenge the other agent and say, look, send me the comparables. I'm doing it right now. Some lady comes in at 2.5 on a 3.4. Okay. And we're like, look, my guy has flexibility, but like she's making up her number. And it's like, look, we appreciate that it's a writing. We'll knock $20,000 off the asking price, but show me where you're going to buy a house like this in Osterville for 2.5, and we'll take the information back to our seller, right? Right? And they're analytical types. So a lot of this stuff at Wealth, there's pride, right? There are money paradigms that are different, and that's what this is. So this is a great opportunity. That's a solvable, I call it, if somebody can get close. If she's at 4.2, and most people really don't know what they're into a property for. They always overestimate what they truly are. And if there's no mortgage on it, why are you selling it then? Right? Is it a dream property? Are you there? Right?
She goes into
gives
that.
a huge why. Yeah, she does finally go into it.
Tell me. I don't really need to listen to the thing this long. Tell me
Right.
why.
So her husband has dementia
Yeah.
and her kids don't want the property. She's older.
There you go.
And they want nothing to do with it. So I'm like, okay, perfect. She just needs someone to come in with a plan on what to do and who to market it to. Because it is a beautiful, I would buy it if I had the money.
Yeah. And she might be,
beautiful.
hang on. She also is scared then. I have a father-in-law with dementia right now. Okay. My mother-in-law, if it wasn't for two sharp son-in-laws and a daughter, would be scared shitless. Right?
Oh, it's scary. I've dealt with it a lot.
So it's a real deal, Sativa, right? This is a real deal, right? So you're doing a great job. How does it conclude? Do you get him in?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
So she agrees to the package.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Stay with her.
That's the follow. Yes, she agrees to the package. The follow-up call is her not receiving the package.
Right. And it was sent, I think it was sent, I don't remember, but so we did go ahead and send another one out to her.
FedEx it. FedEx it. Ladies, come on. FedEx it. Right? 4.25 million. Make sure it arrives with a tracking tag the second time. Right?
Yeah.
Or even anytime there's something of this value. Right? We don't put it on the back of an ant. Right? We come in strong.
Right.
This lady needs Eli. Got it?
She does.
She needs Eli. Even if he does nothing more than take a look at the property. Like she's nuts thinking she's going to do it herself. She's scared. She's anxious. She's angry. She's frustrated. She needs real advice. This is a real prospectable woman here, right?
She's going to be her worst enemy.
Yeah, no doubt about it, because she's going in the opposite direction. Yeah, what she didn't get, I'll guarantee you all, and we'll leave the call with this today. She didn't get a good negotiator who explains, I know it's low. Don't worry. We'll try to reel them up. You throw them a bone with a little bit of this. I know you're in it for $4 million. Just relax, right? Let's do it. But at least we got something that allows me to tell other buyers we've already have offers that didn't work out. We don't have to tell them it was $3 million, right? But you got to throw this person something. Some people take such a massive jump after their first offer. It's stunning, right? So we're in stage 6 negotiation, and most agents are horrendously bad at it because they're so reactionary that they hope that the market is easy. And we've been on such a tear in markets across the country, especially California, that like this is, you see what I'm saying? I try to tell everybody, when the market cools, they need you. They need you, right? They need you. So this is a really good call to analyze a problem that will come up a lot. Say, well, look it sounds like the problem was during negotiation. I'm telling you, we have a 7-step plan, and Eli focuses on that. At least let him come out, see the property, and give you advice. So if you sell it yourself, you know how to deal with this crap. Because so what if you sell it yourself? You don't think you're going to get another lowballer once they see you vulnerable without an agent to protect you? You need coaching. Let Eli give it to you. Follow me?
Yep.
Good. All right, everybody, good call today. This is getting better and better and better each week because you're sticking to it and we're getting coachable moments. But you see, with those people that have been around a while, man, the control that they have over their conversations versus the new people who are super talented that just, you got to be trainable, folks. I'm going to leave everybody with that. You got to be trainable. And I thought one of the better parts of the call today was when Jada had hers, where we could see how much strategy matters, right? Strategy. SV, I haven't seen a call from you. Salmon, I didn't see one from you today. I'm seeing who else is on here. So if you're on here and you didn't have something for me, I expect you first next week, okay? Everybody have a great weekend.
Will do. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Hey, Danny, for the pipeline manager that you wanted me to show, do you want that to be
Next
in the
time.
next meeting?
Yeah, next time. Yeah, come
Okay, got
come
it.
early, Sam, and let me know, okay?
Will do.
Remind, make a note. You go first next time, okay?
Okay.
Thanks,
got it.
Sam. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.